Hello there, this is French Fry. I'm coming to you with some Titanfall 2 thoughts. I have been playing Titanfall 2 since launch day. I've got well over 100 hours in it at this point, and I am currently a Gen 4. Just thought I would say what I thought about the game at this point. If you aren't familiar with my channel, I've always covered Titanfall 1. I put an ungodly amount of hours into Titanfall 1. I played that from the beta until Titanfall 2 launched. I love Titanfall 1. It's one of the best multiplayer games I've ever played. But Titanfall 2 is a little different for me. In my opinion, it's not as good as Titanfall 1. Let me start by listing off what I like about Titanfall 2 that they changed from Titanfall 1. I like that the graphics are a lot better and they're a lot more colorful, and I like that there's more guns and there's a better variety of guns. Okay, now that I got that out of the way, let me talk about all the things I don't like. First thing I don't like is the time to kill. It's been lowered. They said it was the same, but it feels a lot faster, especially when somebody has some of the stronger weapons like Hemlock. Hemlock can kill you in one burst, and a lot of times it doesn't even feel like one burst. The maps are a problem. The only two maps I really like are Eden, the one I'm playing on in this video, and I think it's called Blackwater Canal. There's no zip lines, there's no grunts or specters in the CTF. It just makes the whole game feel really empty. You don't, like, I know sometimes they got in the way, sometimes the grunts got in the way in CTF, but they added a lot of character, and it made it feel like there was a big war going on. You have none of that in Titanfall 2. The CTF just feels hollow. There's not a lot there. I've actually had a lot more fun playing Pilot versus Pilot, and that was pretty much the worst mode in Titanfall 1, in my opinion. And Pilot versus Pilot is always populated. It's not... In CTF, you can't get a CTF match unless it's at night or on the weekends. I'm on the US East server, usually one of the Virginia servers, and I cannot find either a free-for-all or a CTF match in the middle of the day. I have to play one of the more populated modes. Also, talking about that, for some reason they thought it would be a good idea to put CTF on the second page of game modes when it was already a sparsely populated mode. So people are going to be even less likely to go and play CTF when they have to go to the second page. Like, a lot of people don't notice there's a second page. Talking about why I can't find enough people to play CTF or free-for-all in the middle of the day, that wasn't really Respawn's fault. It seems like it's more EA's fault, as they are the publisher. Besides the fact that they had a horrible release date in between Battlefield 1 and Infinite Warfare, it probably should have released in March or February. That would have been a lot better for sales-wise. But also, EA didn't seem to advertise the game. Like, Titanfall 2 is not their property, is not their intellectual property. It's Respawn's, and Battlefield obviously is wholly owned by EA. It seems like they spent all their advertising dollars on Battlefield 1, and Titanfall 2 got the shaft. A lot of people didn't know Titanfall 2 was even coming out. So that's why the sales have been so bad, besides the release date. Going back to things I don't like about this game, for some reason there's no deaths in most game modes on the scoreboard. There's no Titan kills. There's no leaderboards in the game. It seems like everything they did besides slowing it down was to cater to the Call of Duty, aka casual game player. Along with that, there's the fact that there's an AWOL that you can camp behind. There's automated turrets that shoot at pilots that are very accurate. Yeah, you can melee them and kill them with one shot that way, but you have to get close first. The cloak is too powerful. Everybody likes to sit in the corner crouched with cloak, and it really there's no point in moving around because you're better off sitting in a corner and waiting for somebody to run by, Call of Duty style. In Titanfall 1, I dabbled in competitive capture the flag. I played in 3 or 4 tournaments just to see what it was like. There was a massive difference between the top player on Titanfall 1 CTF and just an okay player. There was a huge skill gap from top to bottom. In this game, I don't see that ever happening. There's only but so much you can do in the quick time to kill that you could make a difference between one person to another. They really compressed and lowered the skill gap in this game, and it kind of sucks because that was what drove me in Titanfall 1 to get better and to continue playing for over 2 years. I started out just okay and I got pretty decent near the end, but I don't see myself playing this game long enough to get much better, even if you can get much better. I'm not saying I'm really good right now, I'm just saying I don't think there's a very high skill ceiling in this game. And the way it plays, I don't really desire to play this game that long or that much. After 4 or 5 matches, I'm ready to get off of the game and do something else, anything else. I apologize for jumping around so much, as I'm just bringing these issues up as I think about them and as they pop up in my head. The 40mm on Tone is way easier to use than Titanfall 1's. It feels like his projectiles are at least 3 or 4 times the size of the ones in Titanfall 1. It's really easy to kill pilots with it. Goosers are pretty much automatic. Like, I'm upset if I don't get a gooser now. In Titanfall 1, it required skill to get a gooser with the 40mm, especially on somebody that was stray projecting across the map. On Titanfall 2, using Tone is pretty boring. I use Tone because I'm familiar with the 40mm, and that's what I liked in Titanfall 1, and she is really strong in this game. But it was a real battle in Titanfall 1. If you had 2 people going head to head with the 40mm Atlas, it really took skill to land your shots and to win out in that battle. Tone is just, you get your 3 locks or whatever, launch your missiles, rinse and repeat 3 or 4 times until you get your salvo, and it's not really challenging or exciting. A few more things I want to list off real quick. The wall running feels really weird to me for some reason. It feels like your character is super heavy and it's really janky. I don't know if I've seen anybody else complain about that, but I don't like that at all. The grenades have really been nerfed. They don't fly as far. They feel like it's basically a ball of lead with a little bit of explosive wrapped around it, and I guess is the best way to describe it. I don't think their explosion radius is near as big either as Titanfall 1. Why are there only 5 players on each team in CTF, and why is there a 5-second respawn in CTF? Those are a couple of things that really annoy me. The maps are still rather big, rather large in this game, and there's no reason to take away a player from each side. It could actually work with 7 people on each team, in my opinion. With all that said, I think this is a good game. If Titanfall 1 didn't exist, this would be a really good game. I would enjoy it a lot more, but I've played Titanfall 1 and I appreciate the way they do everything in that game much better. I prefer the way everything functions in Titanfall 1. I hope they get a lot more sales for this game so they can make a Titanfall 3. I think Respawn are really talented developers. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I will continue to post periodic Titanfall 2 videos. I'm not done playing this game, I just won't be playing it very much. Thank you guys for watching. I hope to see you on my next video.